So imagine that instead of a tag team with two people, you have someone like me, Hottie, some girl named Rochelle, more than two people. Just imagine that.
What would you call that?
A group of people. Well, in professional wrestling, you would call that a stable, a faction. And that's what we're discussing today at the Restless Podcast.
Yep. Today we're talking about factions, and factions have been a big thing in wrestling history for a long time now. It kind of stemmed off tag team wrestling and then turned into just how many people can we add to this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like if you look nowadays in WWE and AEW, factions are a huge thing.
especially in
Especially,
AEW.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say WWE a lot too. I mean, you look at Bloodline, Judgment Day, Imperium, that one Santos Escobar one no one
Oh,
really talks
Legado del
about.
Fantasma.
Yeah,
Hit row.
yeah, hit row. I mean,
Brawling Brutes.
maximum male models for a little
Yeah,
bit.
damn. There are so many factions.
Yeah, I mean, there's more. You know what's sad? There's more factions than like women's tag teams, and there's a championship for women's tag teams.
I think
That
they should definitely scrap that and just
yeah,
have a single women's mid card title.
yeah, that'd be like the TBS title,
Yeah, but
but
without the name of
network.
the network. Yeah.
The Fox News
Oh
Championship.
wow.
But yeah, and AEW definitely huge. I mean, like I feel like since they started, it was a main emphasis on factions.
For sure.
I mean, you have the Inner Circle. That's when they
Dark
started.
Order.
Dark Order, House of Black,
For sure.
the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah, it feels like Jericho always has a stable.
Yeah,
And then MJF had a stable for a little bit. I forgot what they were called.
the the Pinnacle,
The Pinnacle.
the
That's kind of
Pinnacle,
weird.
and then he was in the Firm for a little bit, wasn't he? And then he
Yeah.
got betrayed.
Yeah. They
They
scrapped
betrayed the world champion.
the firm got scrapped so quick.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's still a thing, right?
I don't know.
Good journalism here.
I just see like W Morrissey just like wrecking people
Yeah,
in
W.
AEW.
Morrissey, and then is I was gonna what's that one faction with Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett? They don't even have a name.
I don't know if
Sanjay Dutt.
yeah, I don't know if they have a name.
They're just called Jeff Jarrett and Co.
Yeah. It's called TNA Revived. That's
TNA
literally it.
TNA revived with one tall Indian guy.
Yeah. Who
Not, and
used to be a basketball player. It's not me.
we're not talking about Hottie.
Yeah. I'm not in AEW.
Yeah, just in case you didn't notice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and what's so cool about AEW and New Japan is the same thing. But
Bullet
AEW's
Club.
Bullet Club,
Probably like the biggest faction of the modern era.
the six-man tag team, or is it trios championship,
Yeah.
currently held by the Elite.
Yeah.
Huh?
They just beat I think the Death Triangle.
Death Triangle,
Yeah.
yeah, in a best of seven match.
Yeah. Those were awesome matches though. Like we love Death Triangle, especially Ray Phoenix, Penta Cero Miedo, and Pac, the bastard
Gosh,
Pac.
the bastard. You know, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the best faction in AEW. Best friends. I remember one
I have like
time
no comment for that.
I remember when Best Friends came out in like I believe Trent Beretta's mom's car,
Yeah, the minivan.
the minivan, and he
Yeah.
gave him a kiss. And they just walked into the ring. They have the coldest ass theme
Yeah.
song, dude. I'm gonna be honest
Oh
with
my
you.
god.
That Orange Cassidy just
Yeah,
chilling by.
it works perfectly.
Dude,
Yeah, but when we talk about factions specifically, there's so many today, and I feel like during the Vince era of WWE, he tried to stray away from factions, uh, try to keep it only for like the upper card. But there were some really big ones in the WWE/WWF.
like the social outcasts.
Oh, Heath Slater was running shop.
Bro, oh my god. The honestly,
B team, baby.
the 3MB.
3MB.
Oh
It's
man.
literally like, let's make a faction so we can fire you.
Let's play a little game right now. Let's play a little game. Now, I want you to pick four wrestlers. Golden Era, New Generation, um
Ooh,
Attitude Era, and Ruthless Aggression Era, and we'll do five wrestlers and now.
okay.
Make a faction.
Make a faction
Best faction, most dominant faction. Make it a bit realistic.
realistic. Okay. So from the golden era, this is gonna be a heel faction, by the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna put in Rick Rude.
Ah,
Rick Rude in the golden
and
era.
Bobby Roode as a son.
Rick Rude was such a jerk, you know? He was such a great heel. You know, he'd be wearing on his tights his wa- his
Yeah, opponent's
yeah, his
wife's or
opponent's wife's face on his tights, like around the crotch.
ah.
And I was like, damn, this dude's a menace. Oh dang, I kinda want to change my pick, but no, I'll keep it Rick
Now
Rude.
you keeping it Rick
Yeah,
Rude, yeah.
Rick Rude. And then from the Attitude Era, I'm gonna go as for the leader of the stable. I'm gonna go ahead and put Triple H. And it kind of looks like I'm making DX here already. But
And then on new generation, I'm gonna go with Shawn Michaels.
oh yeah, I forgot New Generation.
Yeah.
Um, New Generation. I'll go with. Give me. This is gonna be an interesting pick. Give me Virgil. You said make it realistic. I need Virgil.
Okay.
I need him.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we have Rick Rude, Virgil, and their leader Triple H.
Yeah.
Now, um, from the Ruthless Aggression era,
Yeah.
give me Shelton Benjamin.
I mean
Yeah,
that he
to
can
me,
win the
he's gonna be
United
like
States
he's gonna
Championship.
be like the athletic guy of the group.
Yeah.
Uh, Rick Rude is more the to me he's gonna be kind of the muscle and kind of the great promo. Uh, Virgil will be kind of the in-ring enhancement for the group, the guy who can kind of take the pin for the group.
Yeah.
Triple H is the lead. He will be the world champion. After that, you said a guy from the PG era,
Yeah. Our current era.
current era. Hmm, this is tough. I think you know. What? Give me Shayna Baszler, and
Oh, that's a interesting one.
she was kind of fill a role similar to China as like a female, kind of brute. But she's just so deadly, and I like to put her in a faction so she doesn't have to talk because she's not the most entertaining person.
Mhm.
I think a faction will really let her wrestling shine. So that's my faction right there.
Mm.
So I have Virgil, Rick Rude, Triple H, Shelton Benjamin, and Shayna Baszler. Such a weird group.
Man, I got a good group right when you mentioned Shayna Baszler.
Okay, go ahead.
Imma go with Golden Era Bobby Heenan
Ooh,
as the manager.
ooh,
That can do a lot. I mean,
he's the goat.
he's the GOAT, man. He's gonna be the mic of the group pretty much, hyping these guys up. And then I'll do New Generation in a bit, but let's do Attitude Era. It's gonna be Ken Shamrock.
Wow, great pick.
He's gonna be one of those like badasses, kicking ass, showing class, and making cash. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm
I like
saying?
that. Already come to
Yeah,
promo.
yeah, I know, right? And then Ruthless Aggression Era, Imma go say Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle,
Wow,
Ken Shamrock, Bobby Heenan, and let's go with current era. Current era, I'll do Shayna Baszler as well.
wow.
And now when it comes to new generation era, this is gonna be a this is gonna be a tough one, but Imma go say, mm, this is the one that gets me. I might have to say, like I'm fighting against two.
Yeah. It's kinda tricky because new generation really, like it bleeds right through, like, golden era and attitude era. Such a short
Yeah,
period.
yeah, yeah. And you have to get past those shitty gimmicks too, like Max Moon,
Oh my god.
Bastion Booger.
That's a
Um,
he's awesome. I'm just kidding.
I'm probably gonna go with man Owen Hart.
The
Now
ultimate high flyer.
it's either got to be Owen. I was fighting against Owen Hart or Yokozuna. No, you're such a dick. You're such a the ultimate high flyer, Owen Hart.
If
We're gonna
Bret
get
Hart ever hears this, I'm a huge fan. I'm so
we're gonna
sorry.
get sued by Owen Hart's like
Wife,
wife,
I'm so
Martha
sorry.
Hart,
I'm so sorry.
who fucking hates everything WWE has
I
done.
mean, understandably.
Yeah.
Her husband was kinda murdered.
But so what I'm thinking about my faction, Bobby Heenan, yeah, the brains, obviously. I want it like an old school Blackpool Combat Club type,
Ooh,
um,
just badasses.
just badasses, you know? And Owen Hart can be like that, kinda like that true technician, kinda like tricky guy, you know? And I would pick Brett, but I want this to be more of a heel faction, you know? So
I like
Owen,
Brett as a heel
yeah, but I feel like New Generation, he was mostly
for
face.
sure.
Yeah, and he's a good heel.
Remember when Owen was in the Nation?
The Black Heart.
Yeah,
Oh, man. And then Ken Shamrock, obviously. I was gonna say Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar's more of a solo guy.
I couldn't imagine Brock in a faction.
Yeah. Um,
But remember when Ken Shamrock took that chair to the face by The Rock? He just swung it sideways.
remember Mick Foley too?
Yeah, but like not even on the head. Like he took it straight in the face.
Damn, man.
Like, and
Yeah.
he took it sideways swing,
Oh,
and he asked
yeah.
The Rock to do it.
Yeah, I think I
He said,
remember.
"Rock, I don't want to take it on the head, and I don't want to take it from the back where I can't see it coming. Just swing it right in my face." And I
Yeah,
was like,
I think I remember hearing
and
about
I
that,
was like,
yeah.
Ken Shamrock, what the fuck is wrong with you?
My boy's crazy, dude. Yo, I should add New Jack into that stable.
No, no, don't add New Jack to anything. People will die. Oh my
Oh,
god.
but, so when it comes to factions, I don't know if you've heard of this one. D-Generation X?
I think I heard of like one of the dudes, X-Pac, but I don't know about anybody else in there.
Yeah, I've heard of, Rick Rude.
Damn. It was so weird, Rick Rude being in that group and doing nothing.
And he was like the lawyer or
Yeah.
something, and then he was on WWE one night, and then the same night he was in Nitro.
Yeah.
That was
Dang, bro.
some baller shit.
What was Rick Rude doing in that group? It was just like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, China, and Rick Rude.
He was just standing there, and it was just weird. Yeah, like, he wasn't even ravishing anymore. He was just in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I love when I was a little kid, the one group that made me love wrestling was D-Generation X, you know? I mean, I mostly watched D-Generation X when I was younger, when it was, like, Ruthless Aggression, PG era, that transition of D-Generation X. But going back, D-Generation X, debatably, they were the birth of the Attitude Era. Debatably. I mean, you could say Austin 316, and that's one factor. That whole Montreal screw job's another factor. But D-Generation X is one of the, I guess, branches of the Attitude Era, which,
Definitely. They're one of the defining factors of the era. And I think just they were so opposite of what we were used to seeing on WWF television at the time. They were saying stuff we weren't supposed to say.
yeah.
They were chopping their crotch and saying "suck it," which got us all in trouble in school for doing that. Um, and then just like they were showing up to Nitro in a tank.
Yeah, huh?
I don't think that's ever been like done. Like just showing up on an opposing brand show, like
Yeah.
an actual invasion.
Eric Bischoff, open these doors right now. That shit was so cold.
Yeah,
Imagine if WWE did that right now to AEW.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't see why they would though,
They
'cause
they
they
wouldn't.
win
They were winning.
it.
I mean, shit. But yeah, I mean, D-Generation X, they it sucks that Shawn Michaels was during its initial run wasn't really in it for too long.
Yeah, because
It's weird to think
kind of
about.
broke his back.
Yeah.
He's kind of an asshole to everyone.
Yeah, and then he came back, found God,
Yeah,
and
Shawn
then
Michaels is really like the the biggest jerk of the '90s, and that's a lot saying a lot when you have guys like Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. But really, Shawn Michaels is like nobody liked him except
no.
maybe Triple H.
Kevin Nash.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Nash fits in that group of jerks.
No, yeah, yeah, man, yeah. No one really liked Shawn Michaels, but I mean, at least he became a good guy in the
Yeah,
2000s. You know what? We can do like a whole episode on Shawn Michaels,
dude, Shawn Michaels' career is definitely a whole episode
my
worthy.
favorite wrestler of all time. I mean, shit. Remember in 2005 that whole ego versus ego, Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels? I love Shawn for doing that.
Yeah, definitely someone had to stick it to Hulk, and
Yeah.
I'm glad Shawn did it.
Yeah, and he was like, I remember the night after he was like, Hulk Hogan, his cat-like wrestling skills, his agility was outmatched mine. Just
I love it. Shawn Michaels when he came back in 2002, I think he put on like a 8-year stretch of just the best stuff he's ever done.
Yeah.
And it was crazy he wasn't even, like, world champion for most of it.
Speaking of Degeneration X again, when we're going back to factions, um, Hornswoggle was in Degeneration X. Oh,
Yeah. Um,
2009,
I
2010?
kinda ignore the the 2006
Nah,
DX
man.
run.
Nah, man. Hornswoggle was an official member. He took DX to Little People's Court.
Damn. I just wanna talk about the New Age Outlaws at this point, because like, I don't wanna talk about it was such an abomination to what is DX.
What are you talking about, man?
DX and DX should not be PG. But I'm kinda glad they did it. It's kinda cool to see, like, Triple H and Shawn Michaels back together, and then they
Yeah.
they won the tag titles. They had some cool
That was the
storytelling.
first title that Shawn Michaels no, that's a lie.
Yeah,
Besides the World Heavyweight Championship, but he only won, like, 2 championships in the whole 2000s era. That's how good
yeah.
he
He
was.
won the tag titles with John Cena too.
That's true.
Yeah,
That was like a day, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
hate when they do that, like, opponents win the tag titles.
yeah, fucking David Otunga and John Cena.
Batista and John Cena. How many times are they gonna do that shit with John
Oh my
Cena?
god, dude. But another faction that we need to talk about, which is probably top 10 best factions of all time. Retribution.
Yes. These guys wrecked shop.
Yeah?
No. They
Um
made me wanna stop watching wrestling.
yeah, Retribution 2020 they came. We actually recently we did a debut episode, like a whole episode on debuts. That was yesterday and that didn't record at all. So now we're here.
Mm,
So we're
unfortunately.
so yeah, so we talked about Retribution yesterday a lot and how shitty their debut was. And now we're gonna talk about them here of how shitty their whole faction was. It was a shame because they had Mustafa Ali and
Yeah,
that could have led to many great things. And they could have been the new Nexus.
yeah.
But they weren't.
I mean, that was it was kinda doomed from the start. First of all, no crowds. They never got to appear in front of a crowd, and they're, like, invading SmackDown and stuff and tearing stuff up, but, like, we don't know why. These people are all masked and hooded, so we don't know who they are, and when they do reveal themselves, they are still wearing masks, so we still don't care.
Well, I believe this was first called the Antifa gimmick. Like, it was wild, man. I mean, and then they repackaged people like Dijak, whatever Dominic Dijakovic, and they, I mean, they made him into T-Bar for some reason. They
Yeah, the names were probably the stupidest part.
T-Bar Slapjack,
Mace.
like Rochelle. Imagine like grown men named T-Bar with like paper plate masks.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
It was pretty bad. Just know that.
Thank you, Rochelle. Yeah, I mean, let's just say if you're like us, too grown to watch, too fuck Retribution, Nexus. We're talking about Nexus now.
Yeah. Well, Nexus was dope.
It was dope until John Cena. I mean, yeah, John Cena kind of buried him.
Uh, it was so their debut was so dope though. Like
Yeah,
they wrecked shop. I legitimately, as a child, was
I was scared of him.
scared of for Justin Roberts. This man, I literally thought Daniel Bryan was gonna kill this man on TV.
Yeah, man, I think he was actually kind of killing him.
Poor Justin.
Justin Rock. And then Daniel Bryan got fired and all that.
Yeah. Now they're both in AEW.
Now they're both in
Wonderful.
AEW. Why don't you look at that? But yeah, Nexus was a pretty cool faction. It was something new. It was just something we haven't really seen before, I guess. Just a whole bunch of nobodies overnight become somebody,
Hmm.
you know? And it was I mean, when I was younger, I was actually freaked out about this group. They were destroying everyone, heel or face. They
Yeah.
were destroying announcers. They were destroying announce tables and CEOs of the companies and fucking WWE Hall of Famers and taking off ropes. That hasn't really been done before. So, and to think these guys came from a dumbass game show. Um,
What was really cool is like for the Survivor Series build is like John Cena announcing his team and each of them coming out one by one. R Truth, then John
that was actually
Morrison.
SummerSlam.
That was SummerSlam?
Yeah.
Oh damn. I thought it would be Survivor Series because of the tag team.
Mm.
And then Edge,
Bret Hart.
fucking Bret Hart, and then Daniel Bryan.
The Miz came out too. It was like I want to be in this group. And John Cena was like, no.
He's like, "Fuck you."
It's going to be Daniel Bryan. It's like, oh, and then I think it was like John Cena versus like Justin Gabriel and Wade Barrett, and John Cena destroyed him. Rest in peace, Wade Barrett and Nexus. And then after Nexus is Wade Barrett control. It was CM Punk that controlled
New Nexus.
New Nexus.
Also terrible.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, they had a cool run in the Royal Rumble. That was good dominance.
Yeah, they brought in
But
Mason Ryan, who's kind of like rip off Batista.
Mason Ryan,
He's like Walmart Batista.
Michael McGillicuddy.
Oh, the goat. Go. I
What a
love that.
stupid
The
name.
Genesis.
Uh,
McGillicuddy.
the Genesis of McGillicuddy and Husky Harris.
Oh man,
Oh my!
it's kind of cool. Like some of them did end up to be like pretty prominent wrestlers. And my
Yeah.
guy Black John Cena, Darren Young, a gay Black
I,
John
I
Cena.
forgot about
Yeah.
Darren Young, man.
I love Darren Young.
But then when you didn't have the core, or it's when you didn't have the new Nexus, you had the core.
Yeah, on SmackDown, which was like
Worse.
terrible.
Somehow.
Probably the worst out
No,
of
that-
like
that
the
was-
3 versions.
That was terrible.
It's literally just Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Ezekiel Jackson just getting bitched out on SmackDown.
I think they had like a small little match at WrestleMania 27, I think. And
Didn't matter.
it was like Big Show. It was like 2 minutes long, Big Show and Kane. I think so.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Speaking of Wade Barrett and bad factions, League of Nations.
Oh, you mean Wade Barrett and Amazing Factions?
No.
Nah, that faction had such a good like premise. Like you had 4 of the like pretty good wrestlers from around the nation or around the world, being called the League of Nations. You could have done such good shit with that, and then you ruined it by making them Roman Reigns' bitch.
Yeah, like Sheamus won the title and he made this group to protect him basically. And it's just basically to bitch out to Roman Reigns all the time. And
Yeah.
literally like they had a 4-on-1 handicap match against Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns won. Like he beat all 4 of them.
And you know what's funny? Like at least half of them were world champions.
Yeah.
One of them had a good ass United States reign and undefeated streak,
Yeah.
and the other one was the fucking 5-time Intercontinental champion.
Yeah.
They all got there.
Yeah. They were all like really good talents. Especially Del Rio.
Yeah.
He has great hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a like an actual MMA fighter. He fought fucking Tito Ortiz.
Yeah. He
He
also.
brought his WWE championship out to the match with Tito Ortiz.
Yeah. He also should like learn how to be a good person.
He has good hands outside the ring too.
But nah. What was I gonna say? League of Nations. Their one good memorable moment was that whole Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley moment. That was just a cool moment.
Yeah, that was the like saving moment of 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, after that and they betrayed Wade Barrett for some reason. Like, we found the weakest link. And like I think that was the night after WrestleMania. And it's like, shut up, y'all all suck.
Yeah.
Y'all all were
Here we
little.
are telling them how they're all great talents. And they're like,
I
yeah, you
mean,
all.
I don't know, man. It was just, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a faction that used to suck. New Day. The longest WWE, or I guess that's the Usos now, but the longest, the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, I believe, and the New Day was a gospel gimmick at first.
Yeah,
That was great.
and yeah, Xavier Woods told Vince McMahon, he's like, give me a mic and give me 4 weeks to get this group over, or you can fire me. And he got them over.
Yeah.
That's how good Xavier Woods is on the mic. And who knew you could put these 3 random guys? Big E was just Dolph Ziggler's manager, former NXT champion. Xavier Woods was just there, and Kofi Kingston was at that time he had been prominent in
Xavier
WWE.
Woods had a weird dancing gimmick with R-Truth for a little bit.
Archer's had so many stuff. Remember when he was in a tag team with Road Dogg
Oh my God, yeah.
as K Quick?
K Quick, K
Yeah.
Quick. Oh my God. But yeah, New Day, man, that's something. Everyone booed him, and it was great.
Yeah, they were great heels.
Yeah, they're.
I didn't think they would get over
Oh
as
my
heels.
God, yeah. I imagine seeing Kofi Kingston as a heel,
Yeah, they're like he's like I can. Xavier Woods literally told Vince McMahon, I can make people boo Kofi Kingston.
and he
That's
did.
crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, bro, they were actually a really. I want to see him heel again, because they were such a good heel. Like, it was like. It was goofy heel shit, and it was great, and it worked, and it was effective. And when they became face, it was cool. And I feel like recent times, New Day's a bit bland.
I mean, they're just kinda I like to see all 3 of them together, so I can't wait for Big E to come back.
Yeah, I mean, a good thing Big E's doing better, but I feel like even with Big E, I don't know, it just felt a bit bland. I mean, maybe at the same time, just them as a tag team's a bit bland
Yeah.
too.
One thing I do
Um,
love about them, though, is that they never broke up, they never turned on each other, and I hope it stays
yeah,
that way because
it's
we always see, like, factions break up. We always see tag
I
teams.
feel like one day, few years from now, there's gonna be a New Day breakup, something like that.
Oh, man,
That's
don't tell me
gonna
that. Don't
that's
tell
gonna
me
be
that.
it has to happen. I feel like at least once,
I don't wanna see it.
like something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be.
The only way I'd
Mm,
be okay with it if it was, like, Big E versus Kofi Kingston for a championship. It's the only way I'd be
yeah.
okay with it.
Mm, man, I think yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
What about Xavier Woods, man? He needs that world championship scene too. Yeah, he does.
He ain't no world champion.
Yes, he is. He can get himself over. He got New Day over in less than 4 weeks. He can get himself over.
I think getting over as, like, a mid-card tag team and getting yourself over as the face of the company is a completely different thing.
I feel like, and this is gonna go up to, I guess, kind of a mix of factions, but also modern day events. Sami Zayn is someone who should be in the world title scene, main eventing WrestleMania.
Remember, I think we talked about the first episode how I felt like Sami Zayn wasn't gonna be the face of the company, and then I think like a week later, Sami Zayn had that interview with Ariel Hawani, and he asked him, "Could you be the face of the company?" He was like, "No." So I do like still
He,
strongly stand by that.
he I don't. I feel like if you're world champion,
If the titles were split, maybe.
it's titles are split. Yeah, I'm not gonna say he's undisputed champion, but he deserves to be. w- with the storytelling that's been done, he deserves to beat Roman Reigns.
But like
And
it wouldn't really make sense because like the way this bloodline feud's been running around, every time Sami Zayn had a match, most of the time he's losing, right?
I mean, here's the deal. That I feel like something similar was with. I mean, kind of with Daniel Bryan. Um, and I feel like maybe with this whole, bloodline thing, Cody Rhodes versus Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns, a triple threat. Cody Rhodes does the crossroads on Roman Reigns or something, or Roman Reigns spears Cody Rhodes, and then Sami Zayn gets the pin somehow. It's so weird because like there are valid points where it's like Sami Zayn kind of has like more losses than wins, honestly, in
Yeah.
WWE. And well, I don't want to go too in depth into it. That's gonna be probably for a separate video. But let's just go over the bloodline. What do you think about the bloodline,
I,
especially after Royal Rumble?
yeah,
Post Royal Rumble bloodline
Royal
thoughts.
Rumble was awesome. We saw Sammy turn on Roman, hit him with the steel chair in the back, and now Jay is his future in the bloodline's kind of up in the air. I love the bloodline. I think it's the best thing in wrestling right now.
Oh yeah,
Um, I love the Usos as a tag team. They put on phenomenal matches all the time.
yeah.
Literally, like every pay per view they have a tag team match. It's one of the best matches on the card.
Hmm.
Especially the match they had with the Street Profits. I think at SummerSlam. I think it was awesome.
Money in the Bank.
I think they ran it back.
Yeah, they ran it back. It was
Yeah.
twice. Not Sammy. The one of the best parts about the bloodline now is that it's kind of devolved from 5 to 3 people, almost
Mm.
3.5.
It's a big group.
Yeah.
We got Paul Heyman in there too.
Paul Heyman. But it's now pretty much Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso for sure. Jey Uso, we saw what happened at the Royal Rumble. Oh
What
my
is
god.
gonna happen with Jay?
That's what made the turn so much more interesting.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
if Jey Uso wasn't confused, if Jey Uso didn't leave that ring, I feel like it'd be less like confusing because I thought Jey Uso was for sure gonna like join in on the beatdown for a little bit.
Yeah, but it's so interesting because the week before on Raw 30, Jay Uso is defending Sammy so hard. He calls him a brother, and he says he loves him. And then he's like, he's so conflicted because this is his family. But then the way Roman has always treated him, he'll never forget that. He'll never
Yeah,
forget the beatdown he put on Jimmy and Jay and Hell in a Cell.
yeah.
So this bloodline thing is so interesting.
Because I mean, I feel like that's why he was also always called main event Jey
Yeah,
Uso.
the right hand man, main
Because
event Jey Uso.
even though at the same time he loves his family, at the same time he knows deep down inside that he can. I mean, he like kayfabe. He could be like head of the table.
It could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial.
Yeah. Well, so did Mojo Rawley though.
Uh,
So
they gotta make that thing matter. They gotta like give it like a. If you win that,
yeah,
you get like a United States Championship match or
it's
something like
barely
that.
even a thing anymore.
They gotta make
Honestly,
it important
it's
because
not even on WrestleMania
Andre the
anymore.
Giant deserves a good. Like he's the king of the Battle Royal.
Yeah. I mean, the Bloodline, definitely won the faction. Been going on for a good 2 years, 3 years, about two through two
Good while.
years. Um, and it's always been like just consistently awesome. But during 2020, also before, um, before Bloodline, and I believe a little bit before, um, Retribution, we had Hurt Business.
Yeah, right. It was the same time as Retribution.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hurt Business was awesome, but it did not last.
Why? They should have
Yeah.
lasted it.
My boy Shelty
Mm.
B finally got
He finally got
got
like
airtime.
something. He got
Yeah.
airtime, and Cedric Alexander was in it, and then they kept trying to like revive it a bunch of times, but it just never was the same.
Yeah. Today is like what, February 4th, and I do feel like Hurt Business is like starting to build back
Another
again.
revive, yeah,
Yeah. Except maybe this time with Omos, which is interesting.
yeah. I mean, we talked about the Bullet Club. What do you think about the OC?
Not a super big fan in my opinion.
No, it. I just feel like they haven't been doing much.
I don't care for Luke Gallows
Oh,
nor Carl Anderson.
what
Yeah.
the? Come on,
Carl
man.
Anderson's like he's better than Luke Gallows for sure. I just
Carl,
think he's kind of weird.
what?
Cause like on Instagram, he's always like,
His hot Asian
yeah, his
wife.
hot Asian wife. I'm like, why you gotta keep saying that, bro?
Because that he wants to talk about his hot Asian wife.
Yeah, it's a little weird to me. Like,
Let a
it
man talk about his hot Asian wife.
just kind of makes me dislike him.
It's his hot Asian wife,
Yeah.
man.
Um. Even even like you keep saying, you're weirding me out. No,
Get out my show.
no. But OC is pretty cool. I mean, they got AJ Styles, who's probably
Hmm.
one of the best in-ring technical wrestlers today.
I'm gonna be honest with you. AJ Styles be slacking recently. I feel like
Well, he's always better as a heel than a face, in my opinion, and he has no
uh,
storyline going on. He had the Judgment Day, but that was like
it's not
boring.
just that. I mean, I prefer him as a face, honestly. 'Cause that whole WWE Championship run as a face was amazing.
I definitely like him better as a heel, especially versus John Cena.
But I think that AJ Styles just in ring work recently has been a bit sloppy. Cause like it's just been underwhelming versus like Edge versus
Yeah,
like Finn Balor even. It was a little underwhelming.
yeah. I think there's like it's the pacing. It's like
Probably also a
it's
bit of age too.
yeah. It's so many factors, because he can still go.
Hmm.
We can see that, but like there has to be something. I think there has to be something before the match to make me care about the match, to like really like enjoy every moment. But if you're gonna have slow paced matches, you need to have something to care about. That's why Edge and Randy Orton at Backlash did so well, I think. Even though it's like a long match,
Hmm.
there's a nice build to it. What do
Yeah.
you think about AJ Styles?
I think that AJ Styles. I mean, he's still one of my like, I guess, personal favorites. Currently, I mean, I'm so sad he got injured. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, broke his ankle, or yeah, did he break his ankle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss him already. But I'm just gonna say that the OC has been a bit slacking. I'm not gonna lie. The whole Mia Yim Meechin thing is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why
That
that's.
was probably like the least crowd reaction to a return I've ever heard. I don't think anyone cared about me and him
Not
coming
even not
back.
even that, man. I don't know. Have you heard Tegan Knox?
I'd rather see Mia Yim in AEW, to be honest.
Mm,
Because that women's division is so lacking.
with her hubby Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, yeah.
Yeah.
But now she has her side piece Shelton Benjamin in WWE, so I guess it
Yeah.
I guess it works.
More factions. I'm shocked we haven't talked about NWO.
That's probably the most famous faction of all time. Would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so famous that there's like BWO and LWO, Latino World
Yeah.
Order, or
Wolfpack NWO. Like
like
NWO was so cool when it started. But I think in total it had over 60 members.
it's too much.
It's the whole roster.
That's the whole fucking roster. I don't know. Man,
Eric Bischoff put himself in the MWO. It
Man,
was really cool when it was Hogan, Nash, and Hall.
that's all you needed.
That's
Maybe
all it
maybe
had
a
to be.
couple more members,
Yeah.
whatever, cool. Ted
Even like
DiBiase joins it.
Luger, like
Luger, X-Pac, whatever.
yeah.
You don't gotta bring in fucking Dennis Rodman.
Dude,
Like
even the Steiner Bros turn, like I didn't care for it.
like, I mean, Roddy Piper has never been in NWO.
No, but
Neither
I
has
did like his
Sting. Oh,
WCW run.
yeah,
Sting Wolfpack.
Sting was in Wolfpack, yeah. Honestly,
By the way, the Wolfpack theme song, even the NWO theme song,
it was a really
both
good
are
theme
so
song.
cold.
Remember when how about what do you think about WWE's version of NWO?
It is all right. I like the WrestleMania. I like WrestleMania 18.
Yeah, I feel like it was
Like,
so short and that but I feel like it was long enough because honestly, I don't know what you can do with NWO on the main roster
oh,
during that time.
are we talking about like Kevin Nash, Big Show, Booker T, and Shawn Michaels NWO?
We can talk about both.
Oh, okay.
But
Because that second one, that sucked.
the second
Although I
one,
will say, like Shawn Michaels being announced in the NWO,
that
I
was a
thought it was a
shock.
cool moment, and I
That
thought the fit he was wearing was like so cool,
yeah,
so cold.
honestly.
When I was like watching it, I was like 3 or 4, and I remember watching it with my brother. I started watching wrestling when I was 3, and I remember I was like in high school and stuff. I tried to dress like that. 'Cause I thought the fit was so cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even bought my. I still have my NWO shirt.
That lasted a whole month, or so.
Oh,
But I'll tell you what, during that month, I saw this TikTok clip and I was like, "Oh shit, that's pretty cool to think about." Brock Lesnar and NWO backstage, and he's going face to face with like Big Show, Kevin Nash, Shawn Michaels, and this was like ruthless aggression, Shawn Michaels,
yeah,
and he was going against I think X Pac's in that group too, X Pac,
yeah, I think so.
and then Booker T. Remember when
Book it.
Booker T got
He got kicked out, and
He's like,
Shawn was like, "You're
You're
the problem."
you're the problem. And then Big Show, whenever he got betrayed, he just
Yeah,
leaned in for the Sweet Chin music.
yeah. Big Show's been part of so many factions, man.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Big Show factions. Authority.
Authority.
Smash or pass.
Um, definitely pass.
Really?
Yeah, I just hate the whole trope. They keep trying to do this like authority figure, babyface to get over. Like, oh, we're gonna stop you from rising to the top just because we know what's best for business. I think like corporate in the '90s, like late '90s, the corporation, that was dope. Even like the ministry and stuff. By the way, ministry, awesome. I love the ministry. But the authority was kind of cool at the beginning, especially when they had Seth Rollins. But I think when they were feuding with Roman, it was probably at its lowest point.
Yeah, definitely. During that time that sucked. But during like I feel like when it first started with Randy Orton even until let's just say I don't know WrestleMania 31. It, it was. I mean, it was cool. I guess it was cool until Seth Rollins got injured. How about that?
Yeah, I guess.
Um, because I mean, damn man, it was Authority was genuinely something to get pissed off at, and like there was a lot of people that joined it. J&J Security, fucking
Yeah.
love those guys.
But it even felt like they were like crossing kayfabe because like they really were trying to hold this man Daniel Bryan down, like real life and in gimmick.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
This man cannot win.
Then the dude showed up on the Royal Rumble. They tried to like, I don't know. They made him join the Wyatt family. That was actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I think the result of it was pretty cool.
Speaking of Wyatt family,
Shout out. That was a great faction.
yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I feel like they should have done way more with them. But it was a pretty interesting. I mean, when I was younger, it scared the fuck out of me. Um, I was like, damn. Like, no, it scared the fuck out of me with that Eric Rowan jump scare. Like, like, oh, what the fuck? Who's that?
Yeah, I liked how creepy it was.
Yeah, it was a nice change. It's pretty fun. And then they brought it back with Braun Strowman as the black sheep. That was
And he was like fat as hell too.
that was weird. Um, but he was, I mean, with the lack of in-ring ability, he was fucking kicking ass.
Yeah.
Um,
That Wyatt family moment with Brock in the Rumble was pretty dope.
oh, that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I think Bray Wyatt eliminated Brock.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about. And you know what else is crazy to think about? Randy Orton joining all these factions, aka Randy Orton joining Wyatt family.
Ran- Sorry, man. When you said Randy Orton, I can't believe we haven't talked about Evolution.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
It is a mystery.
Evolution
Evolution
is a
is probably
mystery.
one of my favorite factions of all time. Everyone in there has become an important part of wrestling history.
Yeah, yeah.
Triple H, Ric Flair, arguably people put him as one of the greatest of all time. Triple H, in my opinion, my favorite. Um, Randy Orton, also one of my favorites. Batista, one of like the most recognizable figures of ruthless aggression.
I mean, it really was past, present, future, like evolution. Like you had the past Ric Flair, you had the present Triple H, you had the future Batista and Randy Orton. It was really good. They had like tons of memorable moments, you know. And then oh man, that whole Batista betrayal face turn, that was
That's
great.
probably one of the best road to WrestleManias ever. And I would say it's some of the best long term storytelling of the last 20 years. Probably
Mm,
top three, if not one. Yeah.
bold claim. Like once you saw that thumbs up, that was
Cole.
crazy. That was
Cole.
wild. And if you're on Spotify, we were doing that whole thumbs up, thumbs down thing.
Yeah. It's great. He was holding like the contracts from Raw and SmackDown, and he threw down the Raw one, which was it would be cool like if he faced JBL and John Cena and won the WWE Championship, and he saw Evolution with like both World Championships. But I'm glad he chose Triple H.
Yeah.
Also, that power bomb he did on Triple H through the table,
Damn,
was
bro.
one of the most vicious power bomb. Like he was pulling up his slacks so tight, his booty hole was like
Yeah.
showing through the crack. I was like, damn,
Yeah. And when they betrayed Randy Orton,
damn, bro.
oh my God.
This dude Randy, he did what Triple H couldn't do, and he beat who'd he beat?
The child killer.
Chris Benoit, the goat. Um, it was really surprising for Randy to beat Chris Benoit at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I think they wanted a new youngest world championship because at that point Brock Lesnar had left, and they kind of want to take that accolade away from him. Um, but good for Randy as a face did not work.
Yeah, that lasted so fucking short. And yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was just so dislikable.
He was. I mean, I feel like it works more now
Yeah,
because I mean he's such a legend
he's
now.
matured now
He's
too.
matured now. He's not annoying. Like that's like if Austin Theory was a face now, you know? It's like it just wouldn't work, huh?
Yeah.
But I mean, and I'll tell you what. Let's talk about specific faction. Faction that needs more recognition. The faction held ran by Vince McMahon. This faction with multiple Hall of Famers like Shawn Michaels in it, like Mick Foley, like Jim Ross was in this faction. Shane McMahon was in this faction. We're talking about the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
Oh, wow. What a great organization.
Segue. Oh man, well, how was this?
Remember when he tried to make like Trish Stratus like he made her like bark
Oh my
like a
god,
dog?
wrestling was terrible back in the day.
Yeah.
I could see Rochelle's eyes in the like. Excuse me.
I love that Vince even like in his own writing, even though he makes him do like such terrible things, he always gets like the comeuppance. Like him getting his face buried in Rikishi's ass.
Yeah, I know he liked that
Yeah,
secretly.
dude.
Like, who wouldn't?
What?
Have you seen how thick those buns are? Rikishi's the if you don't know who Rikishi is, it's the hottest dancer of all time who wears a sumo wrestling thing.
And one of the coolest factions of all time. Too cool.
Too cool.
Woo!
Oh my god, Scotty Too Hottie. That's his name.
Grandmaster Sexay.
Rikishi.
Wherever you are, Rikishi.
Yeah.
That family, that Anawai family, has spawned so many legends, bro. Probably the best one out of them, Nia Jax. Her return at the Rumble gave me chills
Oh
down
my
my
god.
spine, especially because they botched it. Yeah.
The counter was like off and shit. I was
He
like,
just played her theme song with no counter.
yeah, I thought she was just like, I don't know. But let's talk about women's factions. I guess after that, well, we'll probably end it off there.
I mean,
But
yeah, there's so many like factions we didn't get to dive into, like obviously like Nation of
yeah,
Domination,
Nation
Ministry of
Domination,
Darkness, uh,
the Brood.
Right to Censor, you know.
Let's just name out every faction right now, actually, and then we'll say we took care of it.
Team Angle.
The Un-Americans.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I like them. Um, didn't they have like a faction with like Mick Foley, the Big Show, and like
it's like the Union or some shit.
yeah, the Union.
The Union. The
That's a good one. That's one of my favorites. Wow. The
I'm
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. We haven't talked about Judgment Day.
Yeah, that's good.
Dominic Mysterio, he's cool.
He went to prison.
Whatever that Seth Rollins AOP faction was, we talked about it.
Yeah, with Murphy. We
Yeah.
talked about it yesterday. We didn't talk
We
about
did
today.
actually. We did Damage Control. We talked
Damage
about it now.
Control.
Sanity. We talked about it now. Remember Sanity?
Yeah. It was cool
That
on
was
NXT.
cool on NXT.
Yeah. Undisputed Era.
Oh
Undisputed
my
Elite.
God! We didn't talk about Undisputed
Yeah, no, we
Era.
didn't.
Yeah. They were good. I don't know if you guys heard of them. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're
We didn't really go in depth about the Elite or the Bullet Club.
No, not really. The Elite. If you don't know, Kenny Omega, he's cool. Young Bucks, they're cool. They had that whole thing with when Kenny Omega was Kenny Omega is WWE champion. Oh my God.
Damn, imagine.
Kenny Omega is AEW champion, and then I think he was also TNA champion too. And then they have Don Callis. They have the Young Bucks. They have
They have that one dude, the bald dude who like sprays people.
yeah, I think it was Brandon Cutler.
Yeah.
And then there's Michael Nakazawa.
I might edit that to say something else. Main Event Mafia.
Main Event Mafia. Yeah.
That stupid biker gang in
Ace
TNA.
and Eights or something.
Yeah.
Ace of Spades.
Where Bubba Ray like made himself the leader.
That was terrible. Oh my God.
Yeah. Hulk Hogan's like faction in TNA.
Which one?
The one where he like made Jeff Hardy like champion.
I don't know.
I think they were just corporate booking.
That was just corporate
Yeah,
booking.
they're just authority figure being.
But yeah. Yeah. That's all the factions.
4 Horsemen.
4 Horsemen. Oh my.
Yeah.
4 Horsewomen.
Yeah. Not really a faction. I think they just call them that.
Shut up. Team Bad. Or Team Bella.
No thanks.
Team PCB though.
Oh, B Team. I don't know if we mentioned them.
No, that's not a faction.
Oh, the Miz Taraj.
The Miz Taraj.
Yeah, there we go.
3MB. I'm pretty sure we talked about 3MB
Just
actually.
for a bit, yeah.
We talked about 3MB more than we talked about Undisputed Era.
As we should. 3MB will always have a special place in my heart.
Straight Edge
For some
Society.
reason, this dude Jinder Mahal in a turban's in a rock band, and he's like playing air guitar, and he's just like, why'd they put these guys in a rock band? Drew McIntyre just starts wearing leather pants and a bandana.
God, dude, and yeah, but yeah, Straight Edge Society. We talked about them. I'm sure there's more factions. The Clique. That's kind of a faction.
Was that group with Super Crazy and Psychosis, and they made him ride out on lawnmowers?
Oh my God, the Mexicools. The Mexicools.
That was so racist.
I fucking love the Mexicools though. They were like riding in the fucking Super Crazy.
Yeah, they literally rode out on lawnmowers.
Yo,
like Vince McMahon's like, how can we present these 3 Hispanic superstars? They're like, make them come out on lawnmowers.
That's so. Remember that one Japanese stable in the '90s that cut off Val Venus's penis?
Yeah, yeah. Shout out.
He's like, no pee for you. It's so fucking weird. They got the samurai sword because he fucked whose daughter? That's wrestling in the '90s.
I wish
the way.
Val Venus was world champion today.
It's so fucking. Oh, and you have other factions like these factions right here. I doubt anyone's gonna put pictures on here.
There's no factions. There's never been any other faction.
Yeah, man. Well, that was a great run.
Yeah, that was fun.
And well, I hope we get out more content later in the future. Hopefully you don't guys hate us yet so far, and we're not annoying.
Not yet.
But expect more content on our TikTok. Expect more episodes of podcast stuffs.
Yeah. Here's our
And-
socials right here.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I hope someone remembers to put them here. And if not, they're gonna be down here. But yeah, I guess we'll see you guys later. And remember,
Stay restless.
restless.